What are your dreams? What are your wants? Do you want to grow your business? Help you crush your goals personally, professionally, and financially? Just join the conversation. Hey guys, what's up, man? It's Dr. Grass, and we're going to go part 4 of how you can get more clients. We're going to cover 5 topics. Hello, once again, thanks for joining us today for the call. We're so excited to share some of the new tricks and techniques of how to truly get more clients. How are you truly going to grow your practice? In our last call, we talked about how dentists can use traditional marketing strategy in order to attract the potential customers, and how this part 4 is what you need when it comes down to having an effective strategy to put into action so that they can stay around longer. How do you retain the patients you're grabbing? It can be tough to attract new patients at a dentist. You need to find leads, market your services, make an impression of your potential clients. But if you're not careful, then the current returning customers that you get, they're just going to leave. They may leave to another practice due to part of poor treatment, lack of availability, lack of staff retention, a lack of culture, lack of vibe, lack of feeling, lack of home. It's so tough in corporate dentistry when you have it that's around there, that how do you still maintain a family practice? How do you maintain that warm feeling? How do you make them feel special? So you will learn today how a dentist gets more clients by using these proven marketing systems. You can easily attract more qualified leads and convert them into paying patients so you can implement them in your life right now. That's what this is about, guys. I'm Dr. Bobby Grassi, born and raised in Flint, Michigan, raised by a single mom, raising 3 kids. And I've taken a practice doing under $1 million to multiple millions of dollars. I've continued to grow during pandemics, during water crisis, during GM shutdowns. We've continued to grow. These strategies work, right? They work. You got to get creative, though. A lot of it is look at some of my favorite marketing strategies are just being out there, being yourself in this social media world we live in. We can dominate this at a really inexpensive pace. But let's talk about today. We talked about this stuff where print, distribute flyers. It's no secret that digital marketing is the rage these days. There's no secret about it, right? But between social media, Google AdWords, email campaigns, knowing where to put your resources to get the best return on your investment can be tough. Like, what is it that you should do? Right? Sometimes old school is cool. Like put a flyer out there, distribute them, go put them right in the hands, go to face. You might be tempted to ditch the print marketing in favor of digital alternatives, but you can be losing out on potential leads. They get to see your face, right? According to studies, patients often learn about dental clinics through various sources. I hate the word clinic, but that's where you just use dental clinic, including word of mouth, online directories, and flyers. Print and distribute flyers as well as design flyer can not only show them your brand, right, but it can show them what you're all about. You can kind of tell them they don't feel bombarded through emails. And sometimes email campaigns are great, but we get so many emails. We get so many things every day that we kind of lose, look at it. We just kind of scroll. You can also stack it to your local businesses, ask them to display them. You can return for displaying some of their marketing materials, or you can exchange. I do that in my other business. I own a crumble cookie, so I do this a lot as far as trying to making sure that we do cross marketing together. It's an effective way, man. You can get more dental patients. Best of all, they don't cost as much as many people think, right? You can limit your costs, you can limit what you have and all that stuff, but be flexible. This is probably one of my favorite things, be flexible as possible with payment, right? To me, I built the practice in Flint, Michigan on trusting people. I built the practice on setting up payment plans. I'm going to give you the biggest hack of all hacks. I don't know why we don't do this as general dentists, but dental care can be expensive, right? And so as many patients aren't able to pay for their service in a full or time of treatment, however, if you're flexible as possible and make payment arrangements, because we are trained to think of payment arrangements. When you ask for a car, we don't ever really look at the sticker price of a car, but we look at, can we afford the car? Does it fit within our monthly category? Can we pay the bill monthly? When we buy a house, yes, we look at the value of the house, but we always ask, what is our monthly payment? Being flexible is a key. It'll get you bigger cases. It'll help you soar in dental offices. It'll help get more clients. It'll attract more clients because they know you're on their team. At the end of the day, never let money be the deciding factor. Never let money be the reason why people don't come to the dentist. That is the biggest thing. People are struggling financially. You have to be acceptable to what they're struggling with. You got to help reduce their costs. Somehow you got to make this affordable. If you don't believe me, it can work, guys. It can work. I've done this over and over and over. I'm telling you. Orthodontists figured this stuff out a long time ago. And as general dentists or as specialists, for some reason, we don't believe in this strategy. Yes, some people might not pay you. It's well understood. But you create more revenue. I'm not saying you do this for everybody, but the select few, get creative with the plan, get creative with the strategy. And I promise you, if you come with the right platform that meets your needs, if you can figure it out, you will dominate and people will know you're on the team. So be flexible with the payment plan. Do radio advertising. You want to encourage patients to choose your practice, but you need to figure out how, right? It can take a lot of work to stand out by the competition in a crowded market. Patients have a lot of choices. They have a lot of reasons why they can go. Just in Genesee County alone, there's 100 dentists just on my street corner. So what is going to separate us? What is the differentiate yourself? How are you going to attract the attention? Radio advertising is one option. It can help you do that. It can buy target locally audience. Can target audience, give them information about you, about your practice. It can remind them of who you are in your area and what services you offer. It's really easy to do this. And because radio advertising is less expensive than television advertising, it is an option worth considering, worth the budgeting. To me, radio marketing is fun. They'll do live interviews with you. They can set up some fun things. I've done it here and there. I still think being flexible in payment plans is one of the best options. I do believe internal marketing is better, but radio advertising is a way to get out to media masses. I've done this in other businesses. I've done this in dentistry as well. It is awesome, right? Offer teledentistry, right? In this world that people don't want to come in, set up Zoom calls, set up a way for them to meet you beforehand. I do this a lot. If it's a new patient, before they come in, sometimes I'll do consultations. I get creative with videos, but the dental visits can be costly. Like sometimes, hey, show them that you're on their side. Show them what you can do. I don't do this often, but to save a person trip, put yourself in the mind of the patient. If you can put yourself in the mind of the new patient and understand what life's about, if you can truly relate to them, it'll be great. According to the American Dental Association, the average cost of a dental visit ranges from $60 to $200. This cost can deter people, right? Especially living in rural areas where the busy work schedule. Offering teledentistry is one solution that allows dentists to connect with the patients remotely, doing preliminary exams. You also, what I love about it is you can tell them about your services, but you're also screening them. See, it's not just about the patient. You're screening your client to make sure it's the right fit for you. So many times we just have people come in the door. What if it's not the right fit? To do teledentistry is a way to do that. Invest in expanding your service. What is a great way to do this? But what do you specialize yourself in? How do you become more creative in other things? I do ortho and implants. It's important to be great at one thing, but if you want to grow your dental practice, you really need to expand your services. Offer various services. Make it more attractive to potential patients and help differentiate yourself from other dentists. Expand your services just a bit to attract more of those patients you want, those high-paying clients. Get more referrals. Embrace new technology. Do some things to get creative, right? Find ways to separate yourself from the field, whether it is radio ad, whether it is digital marketing, whether it is word of mouth, whether you're doing teledentistry, whether you're doing AdWords, whatever it is, you have to find a way to get more creative, to become the difference maker in your town, whether it is doing charitable events, whether it's going to local restaurants, handing out the old snail mail print flyers, whatever it is. Get creative. There is no such thing as a bad marketing if you're getting an ROI. Don't worry about what you spend in marketing. So many times we limit what we spend, but really the end result is what are you getting back? If you can double or triple your marketing dollars, you're doing well. In my practice, I almost quadruple it, right? I spend a lot of time internally marketing, guys, but these are things you can do. Right? We talked about it. You can do from radio ad to print flyers to AdWords to teledentistry. This is, whatever it is, you can offer that service. But the one way to grow, the one thing I'll always encourage you is focus internally on your patients. Focus really what it is, your core values and principles that you stand for. What is it that you want people to know about you? That's what you need to market. You will attract patients that will love you and soar toward you with that. Don't be afraid to let your personality show. Don't be afraid to get creative with ads. You don't have to be cookie cutter. Everything's got to be so perfectly precise. It's got to just be you. It's got to represent you. If you need to dance on TikTok, dance on TikTok. If you want to have a YouTube channel, put a YouTube channel. If you want to create that blog, create that blog. Dentistry is not hard, but I'm going to tell you, the one game changer is, are you willing to create plans that benefit your patients? Are you willing to allow yourself to be separate from the crowd by setting up payment plans? Guys, I hope these calls are major value to you. They're huge. I love sharing knowledge of how I've literally 5x my practice in less than 4 years, even during a pandemic. Guys, if I can do it, anybody can do it. These are just insights and tips and tricks that work for me. Hopefully you find something that works for you. And hopefully you guys want more of these calls. You got to remember, these calls, man, I'm just giving them to you. I'm giving you advice. If you want to truly know how to scale your practice, you need to sign up for me. If you truly want to 10x your life, whether it is through practice or business, I've done there. I've been there. I've done it, guys. I'm waiting for you. Don't forget to follow us on social media at the the info@thedentistco.com or thedentistco.com, excuse me. Also, Growing with Grassi podcast. Join me on Tuesdays where I go live on Instagram and every day tell you how to become the best leader you can. Right, guys? Go to the Instagram, thedentistco.com, or even Bobby Grassi DDS. Also, the Facebook is the same thing, and the YouTube channel is thedentistco.com. Guys, I hope to hear from you soon. I hope these calls are of value. And let's dominate this thing we call life, man. Have a great day.